There'd be singing and dancing, and then there'd be a fake hanging of the mayor. Hello, my name is Abby Aspen, and this is my dog Mookie, who's soundly asleep on my Pokemon hoodie. Welcome to our channel. Today we're going to go with episode 3 of our Where Should We Live series. Should we live in Cornwall? Cornwall, known for its rugged landscapes, beautiful beaches, incessant mizzle, pasties, and, well, poldark. Cornwall is a holiday goers and kind of crap weather surfers paradise. I grew up until I was 18 in the grand old town of Bodmin, famous for its jail, built by Napoleonic prisoners of war. The beast of Bodmin, which is quite possibly the product of a Cornish guy, a few too many beers, and a really big cat. And for a special event called the Bodmin Riding and Heritage Festival, we used to have a procession through the streets. There was lots of drinking and fun and dancing, and we'd dress up. And then at the end of it, we would hang the mayor. In the middle of the summer, we'd do a mock hanging of the mayor. He was actually killed in 1549 because of his part in the Prayer Book Rebellion. I'll put a link in the bios. No, I jest. I grew up a stone's throw away from some of the world's best beaches, the most incredible forestry, and yeah, well, a lot of rain. I did eat my share of pasties. Like my other videos, I'm going through the same criteria on deciding should we live here. Vibe! Obviously, it's different for different parts of Cornwall, but where I grew up in Bodmin was quite a small town vibe. It was a seriously classic small town vibe. This means it's super close-knit and everyone knows everyone, which is amazing sometimes and freaking terrible sometimes as well. It's the kind of vibe where you always know the local mechanic, or you can always borrow something of someone down the street. There's 2 things you should like if you're going to live in Cornwall. 1, pubs. 2, outdoors and mud. You gotta like the mud. There are pockets of surfy places along the coast, especially the north coast. There's really cute, very lovely little towns. There's good food. The sourdough game has really increased in times of late, and that's the most middle-class thing ever to say. And we're the home of Rick Stein, and I think like Gordon Ramsay now. We've got a lot of good chefs down there. There's Coombs Head, there's so many. However, the nicer, more popular places are more expensive and they're actually super touristy, especially in certain seasons. Yes, I'm talking about you, Newquay and St Ives, which brings me nicely on to my next point. Cost. To be honest, the friends I know back home are more likely to own a house than my friends that live here in London. We'll go back to the one-bed flat comparison so it's equal between all videos. My most recent research shows London, one-bed flat is £2,700 per month. Bodmin, one-bed flat, £600 per month. Truro and St Ives, which are a little bit more snazzy, £750 per month. That's pretty mad. When you look at the median salary in the southwest, it's £33,000 a year, and you look at London and it's £44,000 per year. However, it is to note, of course, that your job opportunities in the cities or in a rural town like Bodmin are very different. Weather, okay, let's compare London and Bodmin in weather. They're both in the UK, but let's see how different they are. London sunshine hours per year, 1,670. Bodmin sunshine hours per year, 1,600. Pretty similar. Pretty standard UK sun, it seems. Rainfall per year. London rainfall per year, just over 600 millimetres a year over 111 days. Bodmin rainfall per year, 1,400 millimetres a year over 180 days. That's like half the year it's raining in the day. I did some more research and it looks like Bodmin Moor is the rainiest place in Cornwall. Something to do with the brown Willy effect, which is, I'll also put in the bio, which is something to do with the rising of the land, but then it basically dumps all the rain and then goes into Boscastle or something, and that's why there's always a flooding in Boscastle, which is not funny, but just ironic that Bodmin is the thing that causes that. The best times of year are September, October, especially in the last few years. We've got really nice sun then. It's been almost like tropical. It's been crazy, but all the tourists go home and all the kids go back to school, so it's a really nice time of year. Like a lot of the UK, the winter weather is dog poop. Outdoors. For sort of 6 months of the year, Cornwall is really glorious. There's hikes to be had, there's forestry and woods to visit, there's beaches, there's surfing. Like, it's a really amazing, if you're outdoorsy in the summer, it's a really amazing place, especially if you know the off the beaten track, not really touristy beaches and stuff like that. However, the same as all of the UK, it is still quite manicured. There's lots of fields, there's lots of, it's not wild, but it's probably as wild as you'll get in the UK. It does misty drizzle for about 6 months of the year. It can be kind of drab. However, I love the outdoors kind of whatever. I grew up with horses and dogs and stuff like that, so it was never too bad and we always just get out anyway. But if you're not an outdoorsy person, it can be a real slog. Final verdict. To be honest, Cornwall will always have a special place in my heart. I actually visit now more in my 30s than I ever did in the 20s. I have a newfound respect and love for it that maybe I needed some time away to really realise that I had. There is a really incredible community. My parents have a really tight-knit friend group. However, there is always a but. It's a quiet life. There is more visiting the pubs. There's more spending time at home. There's, you know, when you've had the buzz of the city, it's hard to go back to somewhere that's a small town, even though it is quite an amazing place to grow. It was an amazing place to grow up. Also, we're still looking for wild. If we're gonna go rural, it's gotta be wild. There are so many places all over the world to live, but I spent 18 years of my life there, and I look back on it with fond memories, but it's time to move on. It's time for a new adventure.
Hello, it's me with the dog.